The gowns and tassels, the guests and speeches, the dreams and futures. Graduation at Freedom High School in Pennsylvania. A ceremony of endings and beginnings. For John Challis, though, it's the end of much more than a senior year. Because John Challis is dying.
Courage and believe equals life. It's become my little theme.
He feels that if you have courage to fight something and you have belief, that's living, and that's what he wants to be.
Sports are more than a theme in Western Pennsylvania. They're in the soul of the landscape. John Challis grew up here, playing every sport he could, until the summer 2 years ago, until a doctor's discovery.
Found out I had a 10-pound tumor in my stomach. Found out I had cancer.
He had a tumor in his liver, about the size of a football, and it has gone to his lungs. And they did tell us at that time that this disease will probably take your son's life.
I can't imagine somebody telling you you're probably going to die. What are you going to think? Are you going to be mad? Are you going to pray? Are you thinking the things that you're missing?
For John, cancer meant there were some things he would miss more than others. Striving, competing, belonging. Above all, he would miss the passion and purpose of playing.
What sports did for him is gave him hope. As far as that's where his love is.
Sports, that was my life. Still is, but in a different way.
Cancer would make everything different. His body, his energy, but also his outlook, especially about fear, including the fear that drove him away from a sport he once loved, baseball.
I was timid of the ball. I'd say scared of the ball.
It seemed like everybody that pitched the ball hit him.
Come on, John, you can do it.
He got to a point where he actually got a fear. He got a fear the ball couldn't keep his leg in. It done him in, pretty much, so he got out of baseball.
After facing cancer for 18 months, John decided he wanted to face a fastball one more time.
He goes, if getting hit by the baseball, if that's the worst thing that's going to happen to me, come on. He goes, look what I deal with every day.
Nothing can hurt him. So why sit at home and lay in bed with back pain when you could be with your friends in the batter's box living your life?
April 11th. Freedom versus Aliquippa. A game with fewer than 20 people watching. As a 93-pound pinch hitter, dressed in a flak jacket, had a chance to swing at one more pitch.
I don't care what the score is. I don't care what the situation is. This kid's going to play. It's the fourth inning. I said, Johnny, get your stuff on.
Coach Wetzel yells over me. He goes, Scott, look who's on deck. And I look down, and there's John with his rib pads on, his helmet, swinging a bat. And the first thing came out of my mouth, are you nuts?
First pitch, fastball, right down the middle. I swing, I crack it right between second and first and makes its way to the outfield. I get about 10 steps to the bag and I'm screaming, I did it, I did it.
He was 1 for 1 in his career and batting 1,000 with an RBI That's pretty special.
It was a moment caught by a single photo, a moment which still glows.
He just wanted to prove. He just wanted to prove that he could do it. Not to prove to himself. Not at that point, not to his teammates, but to John Challis.
That must have been a good feeling for him to know, that's my boy. That's my boy just got that hit. Overcoming every odd there is, he's doing it.
Above the flak jacket guarding his tumor that day, and under the bill of the cap atop his head, a simple message was written. John Challis, number 11. Courage plus believe equals life.
I can live with it, but it ain't gonna go away. Never will. But I can live the way I'm living for the rest of my life, and I am fine with that. I'm strong enough to do that. And I couldn't have lived the rest of my life knowing cancer got the best of me.
On a day to celebrate, Freedom's graduates now behold their futures. As John Challis does his, bravely. Still competing, still living.
Someday, John won't be there to see me graduate. Someday, John won't be there to be an uncle for my kids. I'm scared of him dying, but I'm not worried about that now. I'm living today's life, and I'm living life to the fullest today. Not what's gonna happen in 10 years, not what's happened in a week. I'm living today.
Who taught you that?
My brother, John Challis. He taught me to live today. Don't worry about tomorrow.